Today we're taking a wild ride back to the 1980s. Think neon leg warmers, ET on repeat, and the golden age of BMX biking. This was a decade when BMX exploded from backyard jumps to global fame, fueled by racing tracks and freestyle tricks that blew our minds. Whether you were tearing up dirt trails or perfecting a tailwhip, the bike you rode was everything. So we've dug into the archives to bring you the top 5 BMX bikes that defined the 80s. Bikes that shaped the sport and still hold a special place in biking history. Grab your helmet and let's roll. First up at number 5 is the Hutch Pro Star. This beauty hit the scene with a shine that could blind you. Thanks to its iconic chrome finish, it was packed with top-tier components like array of 7-liter rims and Tioga gear. Launched by Hutch BMX, the Pro Star was a racer's dream, but its sleek design also made it a hit with freestylers. It was one of the best-selling bikes of the decade, and its reputation for performance kept it in demand. Picture this, you're at the local track, dust flying, and that chrome frame catches the sun. It was pure 80s magic. Riders loved its balance of speed and style, and it's still a collector's item today. When new, the Hutch Pro Star retailed for around $225 in the mid-1980s, which adjusts to approximately $825 in 2025 dollars due to inflation. Climbing to number 4, we've got the GT Pro Performer from GT Bicycles. This bike was a game changer when it rolled out in the mid-80s. With its durable frame and versatile setup, it bridged the gap between racing and freestyle, just as the sport was splitting into these two worlds. The Pro Performer's sleek lines and solid construction made it a favorite for kids and pros alike as freestyle took off. Thanks to movies like BMX Bandits, this bike was everywhere, from ramps to flatland contests. GT's focus on quality turned the Pro Performer into a legend, and it's often credited with helping shape the freestyle movement. If you had one of these in your garage, you were part of the coolest crew on the block. When new, the GT Pro Performer retailed for about $200 in the mid-1980s, which adjusts to roughly $750 in 2025 dollars due to inflation. At number 3, let's talk about the SE Racing PK Ripper. This bad boy started as a racer's machine in the late 70s, but hit its stride in the 80s with a lightweight frame and that aggressive straight-stay design. The PK Ripper was all about speed, and it became a symbol of the competitive side of BMX. Top riders swore by it, and its bold look, often in striking colors, made it stand out. SE Racing refined it over the years, keeping it lightweight yet tough, perfect for those intense track battles. It's got a cult following even now, with vintage models fetching high prices. The PK Ripper wasn't just a bike, it was a statement that you were serious about winning. When new, the SE Racing PK Ripper retailed for around $190 in the early 1980s, which adjusts to approximately $720 in 2025 dollars due to inflation. Moving up to number 2, we've got the Redline RL-20. This bike was a powerhouse in the early to mid-80s, known for its rock-solid build and reliability. Redline dropped it as a complete bike in their 1980 catalog, and it quickly became a staple for both amateur riders and competitive racers. Its sturdy frame could handle the roughest jumps and turns, making it a go-to for those early BMX tracks popping up everywhere. The RL-20's no-nonsense design and widespread availability meant it was in every kid's hands who dreamed of glory. It laid the groundwork for Redline's lasting legacy in BMX, and for many, it was the first taste of what this sport could be. When new, the Redline RL-20 retailed for about $175 in 1980, which adjusts to roughly $680 in 2025 dollars due to inflation. And finally, taking the top spot at number 1 is the Skyway T. This bike was a freestyle icon thanks to its groundbreaking magnesium wheels that gave it a lightweight edge and a killer two-tone look. Introduced in the early 80s, the TA was built for tricks, think ramps, grinds, and flatland moves that defined the freestyle revolution. Its durability and unique style made it a cultural symbol, showing up in magazines and videos at the time. Riders loved how it handled, and those wheels, they were the talk of the town. The Skyway TA wasn't just a bike, it was a ticket to the heart of 80s BMX culture, and it still turns heads at vintage shows today. When new, the Skyway TA retailed for around $230 in the early 1980s, which adjusts to approximately $850 in 2025 dollars due to inflation. And there you have it, the top 5 BMX bikes of the 1980s that ruled the ramps and tracks. A big thanks to you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or drop a comment about your favorite 80s bike memory. We've got more retro rides and top 5 lists coming your way, so stick with us. Until next time, keep pedaling and tune in for more great top 5 lists.